So it's been a couple days. I finally got to sit down with Joey and ask him about what he's been seeing. He started having paranormal things happen. Well, I don't know if, would you consider it paranormal?
I don't know.
Well, it's not really normal, so I would say it's paranormal. So he's experiencing something that I just don't know what to classify it as. So I figured I would ask you guys. So I'm just going to have them explain.
I should have drew a picture.
Oh, go ahead. Go get a picture.
You want me to draw a picture?
Yeah, I think it would help. So Joey said he's going to draw us a nice picture. You can't see him, but he's in the background. You might be able to see him. He's at the kitchen table. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Drawing a picture. So we did an investigation at somebody's private residence. This was back, was it December or January? January. Early January. They were having all kinds of things going on, and I will be making a video for it. I just want to talk to them and make sure it's okay to post the video on YouTube. I'm not sure if they want any of that public. So there are certain things that I know for sure that they want to keep private. I had a very intense empath moment at their house. I found out about somebody that was very close to them that passed away, and we were communicating with them, and I don't think they were expecting this person to come through, but it was pretty intense. So I've been affected by it. I think Joey's been affected by it because he started seeing these things after this investigation. How long would you say after we did that investigation you started to see these things?
Like the next day.
But he didn't tell me until like March.
I thought it was like if you rub your eyes and you see spots out of the corners of your eyes. That's what I thought it was at first, until I realized it's definitely not what it was.
So, you want to show them your picture?
This is what I've been seeing. I see these things out of the corner of my eye. They almost look like bats, but they're non-dimensional. It almost looks like they're drawings, but whenever I see them, they're very clumsy. They're always running into things, but I can only see them out of the corners of my eyes, and they pop up from behind things, and then they fly straight, and they'll fly backwards, but every time that I see them, they're upside down. So this is what they would look like right side up, but this is how I see them. So it's almost like these are the wings, and they're flapping their wings and they're flying upside down.
How do they flap their wings?
Like, not in synchronization, like one at a time.
You said they're like really clumsy,
Yeah.
and like really rigid.
Right.
So, the first time that you saw them, where were you?
At work.
In the one, was it the cold room or
In the cold room, yeah.
Okay, so explain to them what the cold room is.
The cold room is a place where I work at a locomotive factory, and the cold room is a place where they store raw materials, you know, that have a shelf life. But I go in there for breaks because I like dark places.
Don't we all?
Yeah, it's a very dark place, and it's relaxing, and I find a lot of comfort in places where I could be by myself like that. And whenever you walk in, there's lights on the ceiling that are motion sensitive. So as you're walking down an aisle, the lights are lighting up above you once it senses your motion. But if you stay still for long enough, they'll go back out. So that's why I like to take my breaks in there. But the first time that I seen them, I was walking into the cold room, and the lights were coming on, and there was a box of materials off to my left-hand side, and I seen two of them pop up, and they were flapping their wings, and they didn't really move. They kind of stayed stationary, and then they just disappeared. And like I said, I thought it was like my eyes playing tricks on me. And then I started seeing them other places. I started seeing them while I was at the gym. I started seeing them in my car.
That'd be scary,
started
seeing them in your
seeing them just recently. You know, I seen them in the mirrors of my motorcycle, and they're
You did?
always they're always to the sides of me. Like, they're never in front of me. I can't, like, the picture that I drew is the best representation that I can give because I've never seen them directly. That's just the best description I can give based off of what I can see of them. But they've never flown at me. They've never given me a sense of discomfort. I don't know what they are, and if anybody out there would like to shed some light on the subject and explain to me what I could be potentially seeing, then I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I tried guessing, and the only thing that I can come up with were maybe something elemental, but I don't know enough about elementals to even know if this is something that you would classify that as. I tried looking at it like a sign, like somebody's trying to give you a sign, but with how often it's showing up to you, is there anything particular that happens that day that, like, say you might have had like an anxiety attack?
No.
or something significant?
Not that I can remember.
It's just totally random.
Very random. Like, there'll be times that I'll see him every single day for a week, and then I won't see him again for a month.
Yeah, I remember he was telling me, like, a month ago, you said, I think they might be gone. And then it was like a week after that, he's like, nope, they're still there. So tell them about the time where it ran into the cages or whatever was at work.
Oh, yeah. Whenever I was in the cold room. This was the second time I seen him in that room. It was almost like they were... I don't want to sound crazy, but it was almost like they were telling me that they were there. Like, they wanted to give me a sign to show that they're actually real.
So they're trying to get your attention?
Right. So they have done things to try to get my attention, but this one specific instance, there was I was walking into the cold room, and again, I seen him out of the corner of my eye, out of my left eye. And the way that the cold room's set up is there's aisleways of storage racks. And on each of these storage racks is a cage with materials in them. And the cages, back 15 years ago, whenever I first started working there, they had metal plates on them that you would identify what's in the cage on this metal plate with a piece of chalk. Well, they welded these plates on there with these rings, so they just never cut them off. We don't use them anymore. But whenever you move a cage around, these placards, they slam against the cage and you could hear them. Well, these two things popped up, and they were flapping, very clumsily on my left-hand side. And then all of a sudden I turned my head and they shot like rockets. I mean, so fast, like two black streaks. And they went through a cage and into the wall. And as soon as they went through the cage, that placard came back and slammed. Like, it made a sound like something had hit it.
So they have some sort of weight or power to them.
Yeah, but that's the only time that they've ever done anything, like, physical. Like, I don't want to say physical like they were trying to hurt me. I want to say physical like...
They were interacting with your surroundings.
Right.
Well, that's really weird. Do they make any noise when their wings are flapping?
No.
Do they make any noise at all? Like, are they communicating back to each other or making any sort of...
Nothing.
No?
They don't even have mouths or eyes that I can see. I mean, it's just... They look like black ink blotches, but they're in the shape of bats.
That's weird. So... maybe they're vampires.
Maybe.
No, I don't know what these are. Do you guys know what these are? If you do, let us know, because we'd like to know more about it and what's going on, or if there's a way that you can interact with them, or who knows. So, I don't really know. I've tried looking up stuff about elementals, and I couldn't find anything that was like solid enough for me to be like, yeah, that's definitely it. So if you guys have any ideas at all what you think it could be, let us know and we can research more. Or if you guys have done research on something like this, or if anything like this has happened to you, we'd love to hear about it. Have you had anything else paranormal happen?
Not that I could think.
And the only other thing that happened to me was a couple days after my birthday. There were a couple people that got me balloons for my birthday. I think you got me a balloon and my dad got me a balloon. And they were in our spare bedroom. So the spare bedroom is like it's our office now, which we've also converted into like where all of our baking supplies and everything is for the bakery. And my vanity is in there, and I have a bookshelf and stuff like that. But before we did that, we had a bed in there with the computer and the vanity. But we've taken some of that stuff out. But I would happen to be home by myself, and I was watching a movie, decided I had to get up and go to the bathroom. So I got up and went to the bathroom and came back down the hallway when I was done, and something caught my eye. And whenever I looked into the bedroom, there was a little girl standing there with a white dress on, and she was holding one of my birthday balloons. And she was just staring at me, and she had long brown hair. And it kind of creeped me out because I wasn't really expecting it. But I have a feeling I know where she's from, and that's the cemetery that I went to on my birthday. I might have mentioned that to you guys. I did a whole vlog there the entire day. I don't know what this was all about, who this little girl was, but I basically just said hi, and I told her I didn't know why she was here, but she needed to go back to where she came from, and I hadn't seen her again. So that was kind of weird. But every single time I go to this cemetery that's by our house, I either have experiences while I'm there, or something follows the next couple of days. Or I'll have dreams or nightmares about the place, which is weird. But this is one of those cemeteries that is known to be haunted. I don't know which cemeteries you can't say are haunted, but this one is, every single time I go, we have something happen. And that's where I caught my very first EVP ever. So that was cool.
In St. Vincent.
Yeah. So I have to go over that footage. My camera stopped working while I was there, and I was there by myself. It was so dumb. It snowed really bad. It was freezing cold out. And then the next day it was like 65 and all the snow was gone. So yeah, I have to go through all of that. And so I want to thank everybody for taking time to watch my video and hearing what Joey had to say about the things that he's experiencing. It's kind of weird, like, not knowing what they are. It'd be nice to figure out what they are so that you kind of have an understanding about them and know why they're there. And yeah. Do you ever try talking to them or anything?
No.
I guess they can't really say anything back. But they're trying to get your attention for some reason.
That's what I want to find out.
Do you have anything else to say?
Nope.
Alright. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Bye.
Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steak. That's his sign off. See you guys.